Again, Big U, his son Baby Huey, or Big Huey, right? He was he was assassinated last night on Halloween out there in LA.
Los Angeles was left in shock after Big U's son, Jabari Baby Wee Henley, was shot and killed on Halloween night. The tragedy quickly spiraled online as people mocked Big U's loss, reigniting old tensions and long-buried drama from 2019. Around 11:11 p.m. on October 31st, 2025, LAPD officers responded to reports of gunfire at South Figueroa and West 69th Street in South Central LA. The shooting happened outside a smoke shop in the Vermont Slauson area, a neighborhood long known for its deep-set rivalries. Witnesses said a dark-colored sedan, possibly a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, pulled up as Jabari, 6 feet 1 inch and 210 pounds, approached to talk with someone inside. Seconds later, gunfire erupted, fast, precise, and clearly targeted, leaving Jabari fatally wounded as bystanders dove for cover.
And I want to talk about, Big U. His son was assassinated last night out there in LA. Absolutely nasty work, man. Again, Big U, his son Baby Huey, or Big Huey, right? He was assassinated last night on Halloween out there in...
The shooting that took Jabari Baby Wee Henley's life was brutal. Investigators found at least 7 shots fired from a semi-automatic weapon, likely a 9mm or .40 caliber. Jabari was hit multiple times, twice in the torso, once in the chest, once in the stomach, plus wounds to his arm and thigh. He collapsed outside the smoke shop as the dark sedan sped off north on Figueroa and vanished into the night. Paramedics arrived within minutes, but despite their efforts, Jabari was pronounced dead at 11:28 p.m. The coroner later confirmed the cause of death as multiple gunshot wounds, with hemorrhagic shock and a torn pulmonary artery being fatal. His toxicology came back clean, no drugs or alcohol, and the case was ruled a homicide. Born March 15, 1991 in Inglewood, Jabari was the son of Eugene Big U Henley, but lived a low-key life, away from fame or controversy. He released a few songs under the name Baby Wee, including a 2019 track titled Hood featuring Hoodrich Pablo Juan, which gained around 150,000 streams. Music was his passion, but not his main hustle. He worked as a warehouse supervisor in Compton and was a devoted father to his 10-year-old daughter. Friends said he stayed out of trouble, focused on family and work, a symbol of what many in South LA strive for, staying real but building something better beyond the...
I mean, it is what it is as far as this is how the streets go, but Baby Huey, I ain't gonna hold you. Solid dude. Like, as young as he was, if you actually met him, he actually seemed way older. Kid was solid, like straight, solid dude. Now some of y'all be, well, he was in the street. He didn't operate like that. He wasn't operating out here like no goofy. Let me just flat out put that out there.
Jabari left behind 3 siblings, each building their own lives. His brother Diane Henley, 28, a linebacker for the LA Chargers, who posted, "My heart is shattered. Rest easy, bro. We got the fam." His older brother Michael, 32, is a barber in Hawthorne, and his sister Cherish, 30, works as a nurse in Long Beach. Their father, Eugene Big U Henley, 58, learned of Jabari's death while behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center, where he's been held since March 2025 on federal RICO charges. He received the heartbreaking news around 1:30 a.m. from his co-defendant Luce Cannon, who told him through a whispered conversation during Lights Out. Cannon later described Big U's reaction. He just froze, tears streaming, fists clenched, then whispered, "Not my boy, not like this." As of November 2nd, 2025, no arrests have been made, though LAPD continues investigating and has offered a $50,000 reward. But while police searched for answers, social media erupted. Within hours of the first reports, Jabari's death went viral, not with sympathy, but mockery and conspiracy theories. Posts exploded from 2,500 to over 15,000 overnight, filled with talk of karma and divine payback. Graphic videos of the scene spread across TikTok and Instagram, racking up millions of views. Instead of mourning, the internet turned tragedy into spectacle, reviving old, debunked rumors about Big U and using his son's death as entertainment. Proof of how ruthless online culture can be when grief...
They killed Nip too. Let's not forget, homie. They killed Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder was not a lone actor in that. If you go back and follow the details, Nip and Big U got into it. Big U hit Nip Daddy across the head with a bat. His brother had to come out and shoot the gun. Hey, y'all get off. Say, Nip, come on, we finna come beat you. because I don't want to pay that $20,000.
Loose Cannon's old 2025 podcast rant went viral again, pulling over 6,000 likes. In it, he accused Big U of shady dealings and betrayal, a claim that resurfaced with painful irony, since Cannon was later the one who had to tell Big U about his son's death. The clip reignited controversy, but Brick Baby later dismissed Cannon's claims as nonsense, pointing out how easily rumors and emotions can twist the truth.
All this is nonsense. Me and Big U even had a conversation about it. And I said, man, I'm sorry you're getting dragged into this fake storyline. Not that I have anything to do with it, because I've never interviewed Loose Cannon or anything else like that. But I just as someone I'm cool with, I said, I'm sorry that this is the story that's going out and people are running with it, because I remember every conversation I've ever had with Big U, he's always spoken positively about Nipsey. Every time. Our interview, nothing negative about Nipsey. Personal conversations, nothing negative about Nipsey ever.
Whack 100's old March 2025 Instagram Live resurfaced after Jabari's death, claiming there'd been a past altercation between Big U and Nipsey that led to an arrest. The clip went viral with over 50,000 engagements, reigniting old drama and fueling new chaos. Online, grief quickly turned toxic. Crime scene videos, CPR footage, and false claims spread fast, with thousands of posts blaming Big U and calling Jabari's death karma. Out of roughly 8,000 posts, most pushed conspiracy theories, while only a few offered sympathy. Platforms later removed graphic and hateful content, but the damage was done. The frenzy showed how the internet turns pain into spectacle, twisting tragedy into rumor. Despite the noise, people close to the situation urged peace, reminding everyone that spreading hate only deepened the loss.
I feel like they had whatever differences they had when Nip was alive, and they got over that shit. I've been around for a minute, so I don't feel like that even carried on to, you know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy, just imagine you raising this young dude, y'all fall out about some business.
The truth is clear. Eric Holder Jr., the man convicted of killing Nipsey Hussle, was sentenced to 60 years to life in 2022, and Big U's name never appeared once in the entire trial. No calls, witnesses, or court records linked him to the crime. As many have pointed out, if there were any real evidence against him, prosecutors would have used it. The fact that they didn't should have ended the rumors for good.
And the person who killed Nipsey Hussle has been convicted of the murder. Big U's name never came up in the trial.
Not a call log, not a
nothing. Not a nothing. You would think that in a case this serious where you're facing life in prison, if it really was a murder for hire, like people are trying to say it is, which is nonsense, that person would probably come forward to try to get their time.
The chaos over Jabari Henley's murder didn't stay online. It spilled into the streets. LAPD saw a 22% spike in anonymous tips and calls tied to old rivalries, showing how grief over Nipsey Hussle's death was twisted into hate against Big U. As detectives searched for Jabari's killers, the internet's obsession with karma overshadowed the real goal: justice for a young father who tried to stay out of the streets. To understand the tragedy, you have to look at the real history between Nipsey and Big U, a bond built on community work that later got distorted by rumors. Their relationship began in the mid-2000s when Big U, newly released from prison, founded the Community Intervention Alliance to broker gang peace. Nipsey, then a 20-year-old Rollin 60s affiliate, joined those meetings, and Big U saw leadership in him. In 2009, Nipsey signed a 10-year management deal with Big U's Onique Music, and together they pushed unity across LA, organizing peace events and youth programs. Their partnership peaked between 2016 and 2018 with community projects like Block by Block, and Nip even donated $100,000 to CIA. But by late 2018, tension grew as Nip sought independence from his deal, opening the Marathon clothing store on his own. Big U still supported the launch, but posted, "Loyalty tests all." When Nipsey was murdered in 2019, Big U helped lead peace marches, and his CIA organized the memorial, proof of genuine respect and grief. Still, social media twisted the narrative, accusing Big U of betrayal. Despite his public denials, the rumors only grew, costing him relationships, business, and peace of mind. In the end, he lost not only a close friend, but later his own son, both victims of the streets and the lies that refused to fade.
When Nipsey died, right? When Nipsey got killed, we probably had about 375, 400 kids that was in our program. And I had the travel basketball team. We had a contract with Adidas that was worth about $3 million that Kanye West gave us.
Wow.
And then I had like a bunch of other different contracts. and for a nonprofit. We were really private. Then Nipsey gets killed. Well, after Nipsey get killed, then the rumor goes out, Big U had something to do. Ooh. We lost everything.
You lost all those.
Everyone, I tell you everything.
What?
Kanye stopped answering the phone. Adidas stopped answering the phone. And I ended up almost going dead broke because we already committed to